Should have a notice in the screen. Okay, that's good. Great. Then I will give the floor to Rudolf Kolst of Brightlands. He's the lead partner in the project, and he's going to tell us more about the project of Blockstart. So the floor is yours, Rudolf. And
yes,
if you want to have the presentation yourself.
Yeah, you have switched it off, so I cannot ask the permission. So, but you can just move. So, everybody, welcome to the official launch. It's very nice to have this. Also, a special welcome to the 3 SMEs which are joining the premiere of our SME training program. What I wanted to do first is give you a brief highlight overview of our project. So what's the first thing is I need to say is it's very important. This is a Interreg Northwest Europe funded project. So it's a total budget of 5 million in this project, of which 60% will be covered by Interreg Northwest Europe. And I really like it when we say that a lot of times and show it on every page. So what is the Interreg Blockstart project? I tried I used some slides which I've stolen from Aditya, so thank you Aditya for that. Interreg, I want to ask the next question. So what is the project? Whom are in the project? So who are the partners in the project? Could you go back one? Sorry. Who is running the project? Why are we doing it? How are we doing it? And what is the timeline of the project? So when we talk about what is the project, we could go to the next slide. There are a lot of European SMEs who are facing similar hurdles when it comes to to digital skills and adoption of new technologies. And we as a project try with our training program, but also with the rest of our project, which is some use cases in the future and the building of an ecosystem. We try to help the SMEs in the Northwest Europe region to take knowledge and get knowledge about blockchain possibilities and help them introduce them in their company. It's a free training program to increase awareness and understanding on these technologies, which I think is a big chance for lots of SMEs. And I hope that now that we are kicking off the project, a lot of SMEs will join in the near future. We work together with training sessions, workshops, webinars, etc. And we work together with several, so 9 Blockstart partners and the big network of experts on this project, but also external partners. So we could go to the next slide. So for whom is this project? So it's for all SMEs in the Northwest Europe region. So that includes Ireland, United Kingdom, Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, big parts of France, Germany, and the Netherlands. So it's a big area, and it's home to 180 million people. So there should be enough SMEs which we can help. And when we look at the sectors in which we are working, it's mainly focused on healthcare, logistics, and agro-food. So when you are an SME in this region and you are qualified as an SME, and you are in these sectors or related, then you can join the program. So we could go to the next. So who are we as a project? Now we have 9 partners from 5 countries. So it's Brightlands, that is where I'm working for, Brightlands Smart Services Campus based in Heerlen in the Netherlands. We are acting as a lead partner, and in the project management and communication, we get a lot of help for that from the Box & Company. That is us. Then we work together as the partners in our projects are the University of Windesheim, Oostenl, also Dutch company, Chainpoint from the Netherlands. We have the German-based company BioRegio Stern. We have Multitel from Belgium. We have the University of Surrey, and we have Medicen from the Paris region, all as partners in our project. So that's and all these partners again have technical experts and other people in their company or they are related to. So we have a big base of technology and knowledge in our project. So we could go to the next slide. So why blockchain for SMEs? So it's there are several whys also for why we are doing this program. But some of the main topics are the upcoming technologies. So a lot of SMEs are still on a rather low level of understanding the possibilities of the new technology. SMEs are vulnerable to risks. There's no better time to say that than now in the current COVID situation. So, but also in delayed invoices, cash flow, data securities, and errors in data. They don't have the capacity to invest. So not only the resources, but due to their scale, they don't have the resources, financial, but also in capacity in humans to put too much emphasis on the investments in these upcoming technologies. But there is also a huge potential. So we could cut costs and risk by tracking, for instance, shipments across many different organizations, the sharing, for instance, in the health sector of sensitive medical data between partners, and assuring so the quality, safety, and origin of food, which is interesting in the agro-food business. So we have a lot which we can help with within this project. So when we go to the next slide, there's another explanation of the why of the project. So we want to bring the Northwest Europe region to the helm of the EU blockchain innovation. So as a result of this project, so after this project, we hope to have accessed or let SMEs in our partner networks access the solution and results of our testing. The number we put on that in the project was 1,710. And we strive to have 300 SMEs adopting this technology. So it's a big challenge we're ahead. But I have the feeling in the last weeks that also now slowly the SMEs are joining the project. So in the next slide is also regarding the Blockstart project. So we want to create, due to this project, 500 jobs in 5 years with a 100 million turnover. So there are a lot of big goals for the project, but then we now go to the how are we going to do this? And the first step in this, at this moment, the emphasis is on the SME training program. On the other side, we're also starting to build the ecosystem and looking to the other work packages. But for at this moment, the main task of the project is to facilitate the SME training program. So what can you do within that in that program? You can learn about blockchain. We show how blockchain can help SMEs. We support business support. The business support program offering a range of trainings, and there will be a series of business skill workshops. This will be talked about later in this webinar or in this meeting, I suppose. But this is the how we are going to try to help the SMEs in the upcoming years, because the timeline for this project is until 2022. So now we work on the SME training program, and in the next 2 years, we will also build up the other factors or the other work packages in our project. So this is in a nutshell the Blockstart project.
Thank you, Rudolf. Are there any questions now from SMEs? Probably we do have a question. Okay. Well, thanks again, Rudolf. It's clear. I can imagine, looking at the SMEs, I can imagine that Blockstart felt like a ghost in the beginning. You get on a website and there are no faces. So hopefully everyone gets a face through this meeting. The very first SME applicant, Nijkamp, a Dutch company within the poultry industry, they already started a training at Windesheim. But he was unfortunately unable to be here today due to personal matters. But it shows that Blockstart is for real. And Rudolf just showed the logos of the partners, and maybe the partners could also wave. So we do believe it. We do see the faces behind it. So let's start with, of course, Rudolf. You are from Brightlands. Who is also from Brightlands here? Could you please wave? Is there someone else from Rediness? I don't see.
They left me again all alone in this.
Oh, they left you all alone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just want to give you one short. Also, we are working on a new website, so very soon. Also, all the experts which we have as a project will be able. You will be able to see on our website. So then also there will be new fresh faces in this project which we can show for.
Yeah, that's great. Well, to continue, Surrey, you are well with more people here. That's great. Hi, Jenny, Chris, and Emilia. Multitel, I do see you, Nicola.
Aditya.
Medicin, I believe I saw Daniela.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Good. Chainpoint.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hi, Jeff. I
Yep.
did
Hi.
see Johan was in here as well, I believe.
Yeah, Johan's here.
Okay, good. BioRegio Stan.
I was muted, sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Windesheim isn't here, I believe. I didn't see them in the. No, they are not in. And from OSNL, of course, it's me, and Jolien is also here. Jolien.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, great. And of course, from Box, there are still people which in here, which helps us during the process. Great, Francesco. Great.
Hello.
Adrien and Katie, thank you very much. So now we have a phase of the partners, of course. And I would like to know more about the SMEs which are here right now. I've got a message from Nasreen from Dr. Data that she will be, or he, I don't know, will be available around 3:30. So I have to skip the introduction of him. So Benoit, or Benoit from Shipment Detection, are you there?
Hello, let me put my sound on. Hello, nice to meet you all.
Hello, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Could you tell us a little bit more, Benoit, about your company, what you do?
So I started a startup last winter, and we continue. Sorry, let me start over again. So I did a 1-year memoir, the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, where I was looking into adapting a system that's used to detect deforestation with satellite imagery to see what's possible in the marine industry. So to automatically detect vessels.
Okay.
And now I started a startup out of it. And we are working together with, for instance, the CSIR, the Prime South African Research Institute, where we work together to detect illegal fishing vessels, to combat illegal fisheries, but also to protect submarine assets, such as submarine cables that are in danger from fishing gear and anchors. And so that's our main goal. And now we would like to set up a database where fisheries can share their data protected and decentralized.
Okay.
And yeah.
What are your expectations about Blockstart?
I do have several questions. For instance, when I would like to work with a blockchain developer, if it's possible to pay them in blockchain, but then really practical examples on how to do the payments legally as a Belgium startup. How is the framework for that? Should we then have worries for a tax audit? So that's one big question. Another question.
Mostly focused on the taxes or more on the payment transactions?
While doing the payments itself, that there are several, that shouldn't be a problem. It's mostly the legal framework because now if I go to my bookkeeper, I know he will say I'm crazy, don't do it. So that's one thing. Another thing is to just be in the around, especially around the Benelux area, to know what's out there in blockchain and to get into the cyberspace, or I don't know how you would call it.
Cyberspace, yeah, that sounds good. Maybe Nicola has a different definition, but I don't know, or Johan or Jeff.
You can put everything in cyber something, so no problem.
Good, good. I saw one hand raised. Francesco, you have a question?
No question. Just was raising my hand to say hi.
Ah, okay, that's good. I will put it down. Okay. Well, and what type of well, if you you are from Belgium and you have any ambition to start in other companies as well within the Northwest Europe, or you try to focus in Belgium, or?
We are open for partnerships. So I know there are several funding applications. Well, now with Horizon 2020 finished, I'm sure there will be a lot of upcoming projects where we would be willing to cooperate with other companies. But for now, at the moment, I haven't really seen one that really stood out where we would be very interested in. We are definitely open to work together with other companies. And we're not really focused on a certain area. We do now, work with South African subcontractors, and we, were done for the automated vessel recognition system. And we applied together, for instance, for a tender, to a big European tender to have a vessel density overview of Europe. But other than that, that's we're also active in the Parsec Accelerator program, where we work together with 2 Norwegian companies, 2 startup companies, to also have a drone response, to where we detect the vessels, and then we send out a drone to then have live imagery from the vessel, and also have proof for prosecution, to have images of type of vessel, the type of fishing gear, the name of the vessel. So we're quite broad in what we do, but let's see what's out there and what's possible.
Yeah, that sounds good. Even with the sensors and the way of imaging, probably lots of companies within Europe are working on that as well. Not especially on vessels, but it sounds like a nice project.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Benoit. I don't know, anyone else have any question for Benoit? If there are no further questions, thank you again, and we will meet probably later on.
Yes, just a comment from my side. So I will. So it's the official launch, but of course I will contact you very soon in order to put this on the road.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Next, Martijn, Open Commodities. What are you guys doing?
Hi, Ingmar. Hi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Martijn. I'm one of the founders of Open Commodities. Open Commodities will be, because we're building at the moment, will be an online marketplace for buyers and sellers of all kinds of food commodities. And this will be a marketplace in which obviously supply and demand will find each other directly instead of through a middleman, but we will offer the services required in these transactions, mainly finance and logistics, as well as one integrated service on that platform. Of course, this will require a lot of API links and data exchanges. And also we see in the industries, we see an increasing demand for transparency. So counterparty transparency, banks want to know which deals they are financing, but also more simple and more available things like shipment tracking, ETA estimation, and conditions of the shipment while it's on the water. So there's a lot of data available in those chains, but there's not really a platform to combine it all together. If you look at the players on the platform, everyone's looking for transparency, but demanding transparency and giving transparency yourself could be something different. And that's where I believe blockchain can serve, or blockchain technology could serve the platform quite well, because in the end, you get transparency without putting all your information out in the open, I guess. As you may realize, to me, blockchain is really a buzzword. I do know a little bit about the background, but the reason I'm here is because I'd like to learn a lot more about the ins and outs for what it could mean to our platform, but definitely also just to educate myself, let's say.
Okay. And when would it be a success then for you, Martijn?
This project, you mean?
Yeah.
It would be a success when I understand what kind of what blockchain could be for or contribute to our platform. To what respect it will contribute something to the service we have, and maybe in 2021 when I join some birthday parties or gatherings, that I can show other people that I know more about blockchain than just a buzzword, you know.
Okay, so it will start with some sort of awareness to know more about blockchain, what their possibilities are, and as well what is the thing.
Yeah, in my perception right now, it's a very widely used term, and I would like to understand the scope of that and which part of that scope would be applicable for us, basically.
Okay, that sounds good. I think that this could, all these expectations mentioned by you and by Bernard, could be solved with some training to start with these first questions, of course. I think that even Chris could probably tell you a lot more about what type of courses or training programs we can offer you guys. So thank you, Martijn, for now.
Thank you.
Are there any questions for Martijn from people? If there aren't, then we will continue, and I will give the floor to Chris. Chris is going to talk about the Blockstart syllabus. Chris, can I put the presentation on, or do you would like to do it yourself?
I'm happy to share it myself.
It's there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I hope everyone can see this okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, let me just see if I can work out how to change slides with this software. Sorry, I'm going to unshare my screen. The software doesn't seem to be working properly. So I think it's easiest if you show the presentation on your thing, right? That's okay. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just have a new guest, which I just let in. Nesreen, good afternoon.
Hi, thank you.
Your timing was pretty perfect. 3:30, as you said before.
I'm sorry.
Nice to see you here. We just finished the two other SMEs, the first SME applicants. Maybe you could introduce yourself, Ms. Ring.
Okay, nice to hear you, everyone. I'm sorry, I had another meeting before. So I'm the founder of Blockstart Data, which is a company dedicated to data protection, data valorization in the health sector. So we work with hospitals, healthcare companies, and healthcare professionals to help them to be compliant with regulation on data privacy. And we launched a project like maybe almost 2 years ago to help these healthcare professionals to share health data in a secure way, and mostly in I don't know, ethical way, because patients' rights are not always guaranteed, and that's our role as a data protection officer. So we created a platform named ISALEAD, which is used now by healthcare companies with hospitals to exchange clinical data for AI project or clinical trials or something like that. And we are doing an experimentation with healthcare professional using this platform with the patients to exchange health data too. So this platform is based on smart contract that we developed. So we are using a private blockchain. We are a small team since we are 5, and next week we will be 6. And we created the company like almost 3 years ago.
May I ask you, you said that you're working with smart contracts on a specific platform.
Yeah.
You already build a blockchain for your company.
We created this smart contract, and we are using Ethereum protocol. And we are using Microsoft services too to deploy our blockchain.
Okay, nice. And what do you expect from us, from the Blockstart project?
Maybe more project on blockchain stacks and in the health sector, because we have a lot of use cases here. I talked about the health data sharing between hospitals and healthcare companies, but we wanted to go, I don't know, in the deep use of our platform by implementing, like, I don't know how to say that, because it's a part of the platform to do the analyze and to analyze the data. So we want that the data do not go outside of the platform. So for now, when you're sharing the health data between an hospital and a company, whatever the company is, the company will export the data and then use it in their own interface, so their own computers. So we wanted to build something like an environment on our platform to give to this company all the stacks we use, like Python, something like that, to analyze the data directly on the platform. And for this specific part of the platform, we need more partners. We need to be strong on our blockchain services and our smart contract services. And we are thinking maybe, because for now we have a private blockchain, we are thinking maybe to build a blockchain consortium to do so. So that's why. So the main expectation here is to go in deep on our blockchain services.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Nasreen. I
You're
saw
welcome.
a question, Anja.
Yeah, hi, from Bioregio Stern. Thank you very much. Maybe I just didn't got it, but what was the name of your company, Nasreen?
Dr. Data, so DRDATA.
Thank you very much. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you for the presentation or short introduction, Nasreen. Then, Chris, we pick it up again. Let's see if we can just pick it up.
I shared my slides now. Hopefully they're visible to you. Can you see them okay, Ingmar?
Yeah, I do. I think
very
good.
I'm sure everybody else does as well. Okay, so we already know that the Blockstart program includes in phase 1 a training program, and we're going to train 60 or more SMEs in understanding what blockchain is and how specifically blockchain can affect their sector and their business. That means we'll help people to understand what the potential impact of blockchain technologies will be on the sector that they're operating in, whether they act on blockchain or not, and in particular, what the opportunity is for blockchain to present new business models to them as an SME and to use those business models to grow and scale. Now, we're working in 3 vertical industries, as we've discussed: agro-food, logistics and transportation, and healthcare. And we anticipate that the needs of businesses working in these sectors are going to be very specialized. So this isn't a generic, what is blockchain kind of course, although obviously there will be elements of that for people who are unfamiliar with the technology at all and feel that they need to begin at the beginning. But we're going to tailor this program to the needs of each SME. And for that reason, we've developed a very broad syllabus of training opportunities, both in terms of the subject matter that they cover and also the types of formats that we offer, which are going to mean that in combination, every SME should be able to receive all of the information they need to develop a go-to-market strategy for a blockchain product, if that's what they conclude is the right move for their business, whether that's immediately or in the near future. So this is what the journey looks like. Thanks to our colleagues at Multitel for developing this chart of the user journey. The SME is shortlisted, and as long as you're qualified to join the program, which obviously the people we're speaking to this afternoon are, then you have the opportunity to enter this journey at whatever point is appropriate to your stage of development. So, for example, if you're a brand new SME, perhaps you've spun out of a university, or perhaps you've spun out of a larger enterprise, and the people involved in the SME are technically competent, but not too familiar with running an SME in the first place. There are a lot of challenges for that young business that go beyond the technology itself and are to do with aligning your strategy, your operations, your investments, your grant funding, your recruitment, and all the other elements of the business that are going to be crucial to success, and most importantly, understanding customer problems and needs. And this is a nightmare for small businesses to go through unaided and alone. So the business training really exists to help businesses that are at that very early startup stage to understand their strategy. It also helps a more established SME with perhaps existing recurring revenue and staff base, perhaps a well-capitalized SME with the room for maneuver to start looking around for new opportunities in new markets, sectors, and technologies. It would enable them to internally bring up to speed their senior management team and senior technical staff, understand the opportunity around blockchain, but crucially to align it with the overall business strategy for growth. So the business training is potentially for brand new startups, but also for more established SMEs. And this is a combination of webinars and workshops. We have some videos which are being recorded right now by partners. I think by the end of the process, pretty much every partner is going to have some blended learning resources available in video form for people to watch ahead of the more structured training opportunities, so that you can bring yourself up to speed at leisure and you can share these videos among your team so that everybody approaches the workshop with the same basic level of knowledge and understanding before they begin. And then we go into more specific applications of blockchain technology, and we've developed a whole syllabus around that. So I'm just going to explore some of the syllabus options, and this is just a quick selection, by the way. We have 36 distinct individual syllabus training opportunities available from 7 partners and spread across every single country in the area. I'll come on to that in a sec. But But this is just a for instance. So, for example, if you're in healthcare, you can do a deep dive workshop series with Bioregio Stern, which at the moment in virtual training format would be 2 morning or afternoon sessions online with a trainer, tailored to your business, with a discussion ahead of that session to make sure that the content was going to be relevant and targeted to the information you need. If you wanted to look at, let's say you've got a different business use case in mind, let's say you wanted to apply blockchain to supply chain scenarios, well, Chainpoint run a workshop on that. It's also a 2-hour workshop, which would be an excellent primer for a senior executive team at an SME who want to understand the opportunities around blockchain and just what is blockchain anyway, who are working in a transportation or logistics business. So there's an example of either a 1-day course spread across 2 sessions, or just a 2-hour quick primer on a vertical market area. If you want a quick primer on healthcare, for instance, as well as the Bioregio Stern content, Medicine in France also run an Understanding the Healthcare Data Landscape workshop as part of this syllabus. So there you go. There's 2 workshops there which would work really well together and constitute a solid grounding in blockchain technology for a healthcare startup. You can do a much longer piece of work and research though with one of our partners. So for example, with Windesheim in the Netherlands, you could do a quick scan over 2 weeks, which is a few one-to-one sessions online virtually for now, with their experts to explain your business model and the opportunities you're looking to develop. And then they would do a quick scan of the market, the opportunity, and present to you a short case about what the market opportunities are over a 2-week period. And then that might go on to a more in-depth case over 2 months, working with a team of specialists at Windesheim to really explore that opportunity and build it out into a proof of concept. So across a 2-month period, you'd have 6 or 7 sessions with their people. And then at the end of that, you would have presented to you the case for your business, but you yourself would have had the opportunity internally to discuss how that might be applied. Moving on to Austinel, they'll give you a 30-day blockchain readiness program. So that's 5 3-hour sessions across a 30-day period. So you could start in February or March, whenever is a good time for your business, sooner than that perhaps, and say, right, by the end of this month, we want a certain group of people in our organization to be absolutely up to speed on blockchain and understanding exactly what this technology represents as an opportunity for our business and our market. And 30 days later, you will have that delivered with a single partner through Austinel. At Surrey, we do an awful lot for startups and early stage growth SMEs. So you could do, for example, what we call the business model sandpit, which is where we use the business model canvas in a really creative way to help you deconstruct your existing business model and then build it back up in various different ways to present new opportunities for growth without needing to change your staff or your customer base, but simply by reorganizing how you view your business model, how you can present that back to customers as a new type of value proposition, and then build on to a blockchain solution at the technical level from that strategic understanding of the growth opportunity that your business has. And finally, if you were to work with Multitel on something really basic, like just an overall general introduction to blockchain technologies across all sectors, they run an excellent 3-hour course on that, which can be delivered virtually for you and for a number of other businesses. And we recommend that's a really good entry point to the program. So there you go. That's just a quick scan of the training opportunities. There's 7 there, 1 for each partner out of the 36 that we've got available. When you join the program, you'll talk to your local Blockstart partner, and they will have some questions for you about what your business is, what the use case of the technology and training might be. And then they'll present to you a selection of opportunities for you to choose from, and then you can put yourselves onto those. Now, there is a limit to the amount of training you can receive, but I have to say the limit is very generous, and I would be surprised if a startup or SME had the appetite to take more training than is available. I think there's going to be, on average, within the budget, 4 to 5 training opportunities per SME, both long and short. And frankly, that's going to be a thorough set of training for any SME that wants to get to the stage where they have a market-ready proof of concept, which they can start building and start developing. And that's where you get onto phase 2 and the vouchers for phase 2, which are the technical solution development, which we're not going to touch on today in context of this training syllabus. So the project area is all of Northwest Europe, so UK, France, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Germany, and regions of those partner countries. And just here as a for instance, you might receive, just so you understand, you might receive one training opportunity here based at the University of Surrey in Guildford. You might go to virtually or even physically once travel restrictions are eased and you're comfortable traveling. You might go physically to attend a training workshop or bring experts to your location funded by the program. More training in the Netherlands and perhaps finish that off with a short session in Paris. These are all opportunities that are going to be available, whether that's delivered virtually in the first instance or perhaps later in 2021 and hopefully certainly by 2022 delivered on site too. So just to recap, we have 3 different course types. There's basic business training, which is alignment of your strategy and opportunity in market and understanding why you should be doing this in the first place. The basics of blockchain technology, and then more advanced training around blockchain once you start getting into specific applications to your business. We work across all the 3 vertical sectors of this program. We have short one-to-ones, we have long consultations over a longer period. We have workshops that last between half a day and 3 days, spread across usually about 1 or 2 working weeks. And we can provide bespoke content to you, or in cases where it's convenient for you to just get a basic primer, we can give standard content. And on top of all of that, there are recorded videos for you to watch yourselves and share with your staff and partners so that they can understand the basic technology that you're talking about. And finally, from me, everything is available online. Thanks to all our partners for reworking the syllabus over the last few weeks so that we were able to respond to the challenge presented by COVID-19 and rework all of the costings and everything so that the syllabus is now 100% available online to partners. That's it for me. Back to you, Ingmar. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you. Anyone, any further questions for Chris or maybe about the syllabus? Otherwise, you can reach out to your partner within the region. That would be the best to do. Great. Thank you, Chris, for the presentation. Brings us to the dessert. Yeah. Because as shown in the presentation of Chris as well, there is and will be a second round of voucher scheme. So there is an opportunity for SMEs after the training program. So please, Aditya, could you bring in the dessert, please?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And you guys can hear me that well, or it's, I think, a little blurry. Yeah. It's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I think I'll try to recap a little bit of what happened today, the storyline and the timeline. I'll try to, show the SMEs participating and then take you to a little bit of what you can expect, after the first phase of training, which you saw Chris has mentioned, like anticipation phase, and then you will have a standard or, real getting your hands dirty phase, I can say that. So I can go to the next slide. So you all know that this program is for SMEs from these 3 sectors mostly, and across transversal sector combining all these 3, because the problem that we are trying to solve is the same, is the data silos, and the data protection and tracking invoicing is the same kind of problem that is getting repeated in all the sectors, and blockchain is the one who can solve this problem. So just to bring back the what is the problem we are trying to solve. So again, the market opportunity is huge, and as we have said, Interreg Northwest Europe, this project is to bring the SMEs from this region to the top of the innovation as far as blockchain is concerned, and to grab a piece of that pie that you see 3.1 trillion. So opportunities, I just wanted to stress on the fact that we should not worry and be optimistic, because the 3 sectors that we are eyeing is in the middle of feasibility and impact, you can see, and the circle doesn't matter. I just wanted to focus on these 3, that's why I made it big, but it's from the McKinsey, and you can see that these 3 sectors are really, they are doing well, as far as feasibility and impact is concerned. And so you should be optimistic. And if you have already joined the program, then you can push the bar further and take it to further north. So that's why I just wanted to put that point. So to show you what will happen if you really follow the Blockstart program. First of all, we'll make a work group. So you will see what a work group is, and then there will be full technical feasibility and ROI and TCO analysis. I'll brief you on what that is, but Chris also mentioned there is a smart scan. So first of all, we will see if it is really possible, there is a chance of doing something or not. If there is no digital infrastructure existing at all, then sorry, we cannot do anything. So there has to be a minimum. There is a minimum requirement for applying blockchain or getting further with it. So we will see that, and once there is a green light, then we can develop a proof of concept, and we go further with testing and MVP and production and things like that. So just to be clear, people sometimes they ask me what is TRL. So anything that's technology readiness level, and if you are below 2 or 3, that's the proof of concept, and we are trying to get to start from 3 and take it to 6 or 7 or even beyond. And then what is work group? So now as you have signed in for this program, Multitel and Chainpoint being the technical partners, they will be always there in all the work groups, plus any partner from the country where the SME is applying for, that can be part of the work group, plus any partner who has the background in that kind of sector specific knowledge, then that they can also play a role. So this is just to give you an idea that we'll be 4 or 5 people, 4 or 5 companies working together with the SME who has signed up for the program. So again, to give you some idea, I saw there is a startup, and this is very important to know the business model canvas, and everything that we try to do has to be in a, it's not just technology that we are trying to build, the blockchain. I saw I forgot the name, but the Open Commodities, the founder, he wanted to really understand and get further than the buzzword. It's not just the buzzword, So we will try to attack, if you see the business model canvas, the desirability is on the right side, like the channel, the value proposition and all those things. We will try to, come up with, is it really desirable? Should we build it? And then you see the feasibility part, that is the right side of, that is the left side of the business model canvas, where the key activities, key resources, key partners, all this, is it making sense? And of course, the cost and the revenue to see the viability of it. So all this will be always lean and agile iterative process, so that we are not building something just for the sake of it, but we are building it because there is a demand and there is a need. So the action plan is, you have seen there will be business workshops and all, so that you get used to the ROI and TCO calculation, which is very important, because at the end of it, everyone wants to be profitable and do something which has a meaning. So what is value for you? What is, if there is a value in terms of, if you're not talking about money, but if you're talking about money, it's ROI, TCO, very important calculations. So you will see, you will know how to do all that calculations. Of course, cost modeling, cost considerations. We will go in depth in detail on how to do that, depending on each specific SME, right? Because every case is different. And then finally, a proof of concept. I saw Dr. Data has already kind of, cloud service they are using. So we'll see which SME has what kind of requirement. Are we going to do it in-house, having their own nodes like SIP detection? I don't know what kind of capabilities they have. So we'll see. So that is the proof of concept. We'll develop with them and see if it brings any value. And then from this level, we go further and see if they say go, no go, and we take it to the prototype or pilot, MVP, and production phase. So this is how we have it's just, to give you, this is the king of KPIs. So definitely ROI determination will be a big subject and the talk of the training program. The cost of ownership, I just wanted to say that blockchain, if you have to remember something, you have to remember the capex and the opex. So you see the startup cost is there. Definitely you have to put in some capex, right? And definitely the intermediaries. If you have heard of blockchain, you have heard of this term a lot of time. It will remove intermediaries, and that's about the opex cost reduction. So all these kind of things, we will try to put a number on them. We'll try to calculate and help you. So once you do all that, you already saw this. So the first phase is like the training, the basics and general, which will be with the help of webinars and videos. And then once you cross that phase, we will come into the proof of concept phase. So if it is doctor data, what they want to build a consortium, what kind of blockchain we need, what kind of consensus algorithm we are going to use. So these kind of things will come into play. So it's very specific. And once we do that, and once everything goes well, the proof of concept is done really successfully, then we go to prototype with the minimum features and everything and give it to their, early adopters or whatever the SME is doing, and then take it even further. Totally, it will depend. It is sequential, and it will depend how we have achieved the previous phases. So that's what the anticipation phase, the voucher one, which you are in right now, which you will be embarking the journey of, anticipation phase. And then from the proof of concept, it will be the solution voucher that we can call that, where you will come and have, really in-depth workshops and webinars on sector specific, your use cases specific training, and a lot of detail on blockchain. So I can just give you an example, like if you come to the blockchain, if you have advanced to the phase 2, we will have something like introduction to blockchain, like real technical introduction to blockchain as well, business as well, sorry to say. What you will have in the first phase will be like very general business. Then this will be kind of specific to your sector. We will be discussing the use case and how value is created, and cost modeling, as I said, like everything related to data transfer and all the server cost and things like that. And then you will go in depth because people ask which framework to use, which kind of architecture to use, public, private, permission. So all these kind of things, what blockchain is and everything about blockchain in general and specific then related to your use case, will be discussed in the technical introduction. And then of course IoT will be the enabler for all these. So we will look into IoT and what blockchain and IoT can do together for, I think, all the domains, all the SMEs who are here today and will be tomorrow. So at the end of it, you will be able to see and decide very clearly which protocol to use, what deployment options do you have, how much does it cost, how it is to set up and build. And then, as we said, this program, if you can do all this, then for us it's a success, and for you as well, because you are self capable of deciding and doing and taking it further. So that's it from my side, and I hope I was clear, and if not, then you can ask any questions if you have.
Thank you very much, Aditya.
I'll stop sharing.
There are some questions, Benoit, or from Martijn and Nasreen. Otherwise, I think it was pretty clear to me, Aditya. Thank you, but maybe I'm more like the person to know. Nasreen, you have a question?
No. Just what are the next steps in the Blockstart program?
Yeah. That's I can explain, because well, thanks, Aditya. I will continue. I think it made it pretty clear. So it says join the second round after finishing the first, but of course, as I said, proof is in the eating, right? I would love getting through that funnel from the beginning. From shortlisted now to the voucher one to the next stage, and the steps to make now, Nasreen, to answer your question. First, we have to see and identify what training fits to the expectations mentioned and the expectations you have. So that's why we asked you in the beginning. So it's the best for you guys, SMEs, to get in contact with the person of interest in your region. I don't know, Nasreen, probably Daniela would be your contact. Benoit is Nicolas. Martijn could be at my place. And then we can go through the syllabus, see and find and put a program together for you guys, what kind of or type of training would fit the best, as Chris already mentioned. So that would be the next step to take. This was some sort of introduction to give everyone a face. First of all, the partners, and second of all, of course, you guys as SMEs, you are the very first besides Nijkamp, who has already started. And there are lots of people following. We had some applicants today as well, and there are still some on the way. So that's good. And hopefully maybe in your network, there are also people looking into blockchain and the several phase within the Blockstart project. So just let them know that you're working on it and see if they can fit as well. But of course, we are here for you guys. We try to help you. And yeah, let's hope that we can put a nice program together. There are no further questions about today, and you know where to go to, then I would like to close. Well, it's 4 o'clock, so we made it. And I think that I would like to. Oh, I would like to thank everyone for their presentations. First of all, partners, and for joining you guys, SMEs, to be here. And have a great afternoon for what is left of it, of course.
Ingmar?
Yeah.
Could partners just stay in the teleconference for 2 minutes after the SMEs leaves?
Yeah, I think that would be best.
Yeah, thank you.
So, thank you all
Thank
for
you.
being here, Nasreen. And
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.